Alright, hey everybody, this is Brandon One Arch, and today I have kind of a different style video than what I've been doing. By the time you see this, it's only been a day since I actually bought these, but by the time you see this, it might be a little bit. But I went to a local store that had a lot of comics at different prices and different amounts in the package. So these are pretty much mystery comic bags. Now, of course, I don't know if you should be able to tell or not, but on the front, yes, you can see the front one and the back one, but I have no clue what's in between. So like this one is 5, I can see 2 of them. I have no clue what the other 3 are. This one, it's a 10-pack. I can only see 2 of them. So these are pretty much ones that are going to at least have anywhere from 3 to 8 surprises in them. So we'll go from there. Some of these I may have, some of these I may not have. I don't know. I have a lot of comics. But what I do not have and I do not want, I will not know until pretty much the end of the video, unless I just have never heard of them and they look horrible or not my style. But I won't know until then. We're just going to open them up and we'll see what we have. Alright, first up we have Prototype. I'm sorry, Ultraverse Prototype. Number 3, I don't know anything about it. I've never heard of it. Up next we have New 52, The Fury of Firestorm. Number 17. So this is Firestorm. New 52 is one of the newer iterations of the DC Universe. And we have Firestorm. We'll just kind of separate them out. Anything DC I'm going to keep until I know that I already have it. I'm a huge DC fan, so we'll go from there. Next up, and I don't think I've heard of this, but it's Hitman number 38. The next one is Xenobrode. I've never heard of this one, but it's number 2. It's DC, so we'll see what we have there. I don't know right now. I have no clue who half of those people are. Next up, we have Runaways, Marvel number 8. Now, Runaways, I'm pretty sure is you can also find on Disney Plus at this time. It was on Hulu. I don't know that they do it anymore, and I think that's correct. And I want to say there's a new movie coming out in 2021 that's Runaways. And there are some Marvel properties that I'm a fan of. So that will be another one. And X Factor, number 94. I have a lot of X Factor. A lot of X Factor. I don't know if I have this one. And there's some cool stuff in the middle. Actually, this is really old because the insert is Sega Genesis. That's really old. Next up, we have Weapon X, number 7. Which is, I think, a newish property. I don't know a lot about Weapon X other than, well, the comic Weapon X. I'm pretty sure Weapon X is Wolverine, but I'm not a big Marvel person. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be aggravating me for that. Next up, we have Ultraverse Year 2 from Malibu Comics, which this actually looks pretty cool. I don't recognize any of them right now, but that doesn't mean anything. I'd have to look at it better, but that one's pretty cool. Next we have, and this is big for me because I'm a huge Green Lantern fan, especially Hal Jordan. But we have Brightest Day Green Lantern number 53. So, and I've been trying to buy up the Brightest Day. And then last we have Savage Dragon, which I know it was a comic, but I'm pretty sure it's also a video game. I want to say Super Nintendo. It's that old. But this is Image Comics, and it's number 3 of Savage Dragon. So that's our first pack. I still have a couple more packs, but we'll go ahead and open up the next one. Like I said, the 2 of them, I will know what they are just because I saw it in store, which of course made me want to pick it up just for those 2. But so far, this is not a bad lot. I mean, it's pretty even. You have 3 Marvel, You have some DC, and you have non the big two. Of course, a lot of those have probably been bought out by DC and Marvel at this point, kind of a merger. But this one right here, we have Green Arrow number 42. Then we have, I have no clue. This is a Marvel comic. It might be, it's part of the X-Men. It's a special event. I've never heard of them, but it's Askani Sun. I have no clue about that. It looks pretty nifty, and it says at the bottom, the continue the adventures of young Cable. So we'll have to try that out. And another X Factor, number 30. That is very, very creepy. Mutant Police. Alright, and next we have, and this is Marvel Full Power Pack. You got the Avengers Mansion and the Fantastic Four battle Snarks in Space. Okay. This is, you can tell this is really old because it has the old Brax bubblegum on it. It's another old one. And then next up, and one of the reasons that I picked up this pack is you have number 1 Emerald Dawn Green Lantern. Gonna be a good one. I promise you it's gonna be good. Alright, next up we have another 10 pack. And this is actually an easier open. A loud easy open. It's so sticky. Alright, so get that out of the way. Get that paper out of the way. I'm gonna have to clean up. Oh, this is, okay, this knew what I was doing. This is already covered. This is already in the little flimsy plastic. But it's Brightest Day Green Lantern number 59 with an exclusive movie preview for Green Lantern, which we want to talk about. That is, you either hate that movie or love that movie. There's no middle ground, like it was okay. You either hate it or love it. Alright, and then you have Swords of Sorrow, the Valkyries, which is a Dynamite comic. It's 1 of 6. This is actually kind of cool looking. It's got like a, honestly, that reminds me of She-Ra, I think is the name of that. But then on the back, and I know this is taken away from the comic, but Shadow, number 100, I'd like to get that. I see it and I love it already. And then you have Lumberjanes, issue number 42. I've never heard of this. This looks like something that would be on Cartoon Network, honestly. Next up we have Hero Cats Midnight number 2. Okay, I'm keeping that. I can tell you this right now. I'm keeping that. That already looks cool. Not to mention it's kitties. How can you not be happy with kitties? Okay. And you have Zindra number 4. She looks like she's been through some things and have some issues. Alright, and then we have the Victorian source book. Now that's pretty nifty. That looks like a, I can't think of what they call those comics. Film noir maybe? I'm not sure if that's correct. And then you have Red Sonja number 0. So I'll probably keep that because it's a number 0. But Red Sonja, that could be pretty nifty. Check it out. And then you have Iceman number 1. This is, I don't see on the outside what year this came out. 2018, so this is relatively new. The first issue of a cool new era. See what they did there? That's great. Alright, next up we have Epic Comics Dead Star 4. Oh, I'm sorry, Dreadstar 4. This is 1983. This is 2 years older than I am. But it looks like, so that's the back cover, which is kind of nifty. I might actually have to see if I can get more of these and try them out. I'm the type that I like starting with number 1. I don't 2 or 3, I start with number 1. And then I find out, and then every so often you'll find out there's a 0 and nobody told you. And then you have next Star Wars Lando 002. So this is number 2, obviously, or 002, and I'll probably read that. I don't know if I'll keep it, but I definitely want to read it, just because, hey, it's Lando. Lando's cool. Alright, next up we have a 10 comic books. And once again, like I said, you can see the front one and the back one, and it kind of depends on what you consider front and back. But the first one up is Green Lantern's Rebirth number 3. Now, some of these I have and some of them I don't. The problem is there is a lot of rebirths. There's Hal Jordan and Green Lanterns. There's Sinestro has his. So there's a lot of DC 52. Next you have New Warriors, The Initiative, number 4. So this is one that I'll keep. And then you have Angel. And I'm assuming this is IDW Comics. I'm assuming, I could be assuming wrong. I'm pretty sure this is the guy from Buffy. Not sure. I don't know. I think so. And next you have the Kents. This is number 10 of 12. Now this is, if I remember correctly, this is an alternate version of Clark Kent, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never read any of them. They're new to me, so I don't know a lot about them. And then we have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 9, Civil War 2, and that's Elektra on the front, and she has something against Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. obviously. She, I guess, wasn't invited to the team. I'm not sure. And then you have Uncanny Avengers number 16, which it looks like, I'm not sure who that is, but I'm pretty sure that's Thor fighting some angry guy. And then next we have another Weapon X. This is number 4. The Hunt for Sabretooth Conclusion. And then another one. This is JLA, Justice League of America Classified, number 33, which I'll be keeping. And then we have an 80-page spring special called Marvel Superheroes, Marvel Comics of Spring of '92. So I'll be keeping that, and this is pretty cool. That'll take a while, but I will definitely try to get into that. And then last but not least, from Image Comics, we have Brigade, number 8, Extreme Prejudice Part 2. And there is some mayhem going on in that. Alright, next up we have another 10 comics. And let's see what we have here. We have another Brigade, number 11. So we'll probably try to, look more into Brigade. I've honestly never heard of them. But if you notice, in this one you also have the Wildcats, which was a cartoon and had its own comic series, which I think at this point I have all the Wildcats. It was a good one. I always liked Wildcats. In this one you have the Hardcore, which is Valiant Comics, number 1, the Hardcore. I will more than likely be keeping that just to read it and see how it is. Like I said, it's a number 1. I'm big on number 1s. Next up we have another JLA. This is just JLA, not Justice League of America, JLA. Now, you say, well, hey, JLA is Justice League of America. It is, but there's 2 different series. You have JLA and then Justice League of America. They're, JLA and Justice League of America, they kind of have 2 different teams, so they're not all the same. But this is number 45 of DC Comics. And then now we have a Rebirth, Justice League of America, number 8. Should be pretty good. Of course, I will be keeping that. Pretty much any DC I'm going to keep unless I already have it. Next up, you have Spider-Girl, number 6. This looks pretty cool. Actually, do not know a lot about Spider-Girl. Oh, it's the daughter of the true Spider-Man, is what this says. I don't know. Never realized he even had kids. So there's Spider-Girl. Next up we have Wonder Man, and this is really old. How old is this? This is Wonder Man, I think number 2. And Marvel Comics, I sometimes forget Wonder Man's number, but it's from 1991. So 1991, Wonder Man number 2. And then we have Star Brand from Marvel, and I've never heard of this individual. It's this is another old one from 1986. Wow. Star Brand #1. I've never heard of him. Next up, we have another Angel IDW Comics #37. I think the other one was 38. This is 37. That one I could definitely tell it's Angel because of who's on the cover. And then the next one, the New Avengers #32. Obviously Marvel Comics. And you have a lot going on there. There's a lot going on right there. And the last one for this pack is Green Lanterns Rebirth #5. That should be a good one right there as well. I will add it to my DC collection, obviously. And last but not least, we have another 5-pack. This is the final one of, what's it, 6 packs, 5 or 6 packs. I was not counting. And I can't cut. I did not cut that very well. Alright, so for the last pack, we have Blackest Night, Tales of the Corps, #2 of 3, which I do not think I have 1 or 3. So this will be sitting to the side so I can find the others. This is kind of a thicker issue than usual, so we'll see what's going on there, probably because it's a special run. Next we have Jane Foster, Valkyrie, which I never knew she was a Valkyrie, but #3, Marvel Comics. The next up is the Incredible Hercules, Marvel Comics, #141. Also featuring Agents of Atlas. So it could be maybe a map book running around helping him, or it could be Atlas from the Legend. But looks like it should be good. I'll try it out. Like I said, it's 141, so it's probably going to be a while before I read any of those. And then another one up, and I'm confused as out. New X-Men. I'm a little confused because the E is not finished. I don't know if he gave up, ran out of pen ink. But it's Marvel. It's 129. It looks better if you hold it that way. But I have a feeling that he's diving, so it looks better that way. And then last one, and you can tell this is old because it's Total Recall with Arnold on the back. But you have Batman Legends of the Dark Knight #9. This is part 4 of 5 of the Gothic. And that is a very gruesome cover. So that's going to be all for this one, but you have plenty of independent comics. And this is kind of the one thing I like about buying a bunch of these, is you get independent. You never know what you're going to have in this. But you have plenty of independent comics. You have plenty of DC. You have plenty of DC. This is a good one right here. This is a good haul of DC. You can't go wrong with this. And then on this one, and it looks like it went from not having hardly any to now you have a lot of Marvel, a lot of Marvel. So that's a good haul. I would say, what, 50, 60 comics here. Like I said, I don't know what I have or I don't have right now. I have to go through and look. I have a pretty good database of what I do and I don't have. But I'm big on #1s. There were some in here. There were some in here I've never heard of in both DC, Marvel, and the independents. And I'll just have to see what I do and I don't have. Until then, I hope you have a great day, and Auf Wiedersehen.